All right, hello everybody, and welcome to Good Morning Xbox. I am your host, Axel1324.
And I'm Cool Cat Terry.
Oh man, and welcome to the new year. Happy New Year, Terry.
Happy New Year!
That's right. How would you rate your gaming in 2024 on a scale of 1 to 10? How do you feel you did?
For the whole year, I
The
think
whole
I
year.
did. I'm pretty happy with my gaming. I would give it maybe an 8. I'd give it maybe an 8.
An 8. Sweet.
Yes.
I'll give mine like a 5 because I didn't play that many games. I looked at like when we do our Game of the Year episodes, I look back at all the games I played and I'm like, Jesus, I didn't play that many games. I was so busy. So this year I've decided that it's going to be the year of the backlog. That's my New Year's resolution. It's going to be the year of the backlog. And I'm not only going to play backlog games, but I'm mostly going to focus backlog games. I'm going to try to clear some of these long-standing backlog games like, I don't know. Let me think here. Like Strider. I haven't beat Strider yet.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. That's so old. Like 1980s. Yeah, no. It's gonna be
Going way back
the
on the backlog.
Yeah, it's going to be the year of the backlog.
I'm going to play that game that I never played as a child.
I never played it as a child. I'm missing out. So yeah, that's my New Year's resolution. Gaming resolution, not my, there's other resolutions, but that's my gaming resolution. Do you have a gaming resolution, Terry?
I don't really think I have a gaming resolution. So, I'm pretty happy with how
I got one for you.
Okay.
I think you need to play all of Halo.
No, hell no.
It's a great gaming resolution.
No. The first 2 games didn't do it for me, so I have no reason to continue.
Master Chief declares that you play Halo.
Nah. I turned in my resignation. I didn't re-up. I'm out.
By the way, guys, let us know if you have a gaming resolution. Like what gaming habit you're going to change in 2025 from 2024 to improve either your gaming life or your personal life, because some people could be playing less games and focusing more on their kids or something like that. So let us know. Love to hear what you guys have to say. Let's check in with the Iconic chat real quick. See what they got going on. Of course, shout out to my buddy Doggy Dog 420. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. We got Sith Lord in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. And of course, always appreciate your tweeting out of the show and your DMs. I love them, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Fastback is in the house. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Dreadpool's probably still waking up, guys. Probably. I say probably because you never know. Shout out to El Nini. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Appreciate you. He says you are the real MVO, and then the next line, MVP. Yeah. Shout out to El Nini. Shout out to your Wicked Hot. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Appreciate you, buddy. Let's see. We got General Spartan. Oh my God, General Spartan. I saw you on TTS for like those 30 seconds you were on. It was hilarious. Let's see. General Spartan says, besides a bunch of indies, Game Pass, and a couple of third parties, this is the time to clear your backlog. Yeah. I think the first game of the year launches on Tuesday. The first game of 2025 that is being recognized is launching on Tuesday. I'm sure probably something already launched, but I'm just saying. The one I'm aware of launches on Tuesday. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Doggy Dog totally called it out. Yeah. Funny stuff rocking with the chat on Friday, bro. Yeah. Yeah, that was General Spartan. Yeah. That was funny. Let's see. Big B Money, thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Says Happy New Year, Army Xbox. Yeah. And Dan, the man Cunningham, joins us. Thank you so much for being here. Says, hey all, how's everybody doing today? Doing good. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Let's see. Anybody else? All right. So it is super windy over here. This is Texas. So knowing Texas, a power pole is going to go down somewhere like 18 miles away and could affect me. So if I lose power or suddenly lose connection, guys, I'm sorry. It's Texas. All right. So there we go. All right. Let's see. Let's keep it moving then. Let's see. Gaming. Oh, did you do any gaming over the New Year? This last week?
I did. So I played a little bit more, just a smidge of Indiana Jones,
Mm-hmm.
and then I went back into SnowRunner. because I still haven't finished year 2, and they're already on year 4. So like,
Yeah, you're gonna catch up. Backlog that.
that game is so long. But which is great. You definitely get your value for that game because there's so much stuff to do. And I think that's all I played was just. Oh wait, no. And then we started up Dark Tide. I had zero interest in playing that game, but my friend,
like Warhammer Dark Tide.
Yeah, Warhammer Dark Tide.
Okay.
So I despised with a passion Vermintide. So that's why I had no interest in Dark Tide. I'm like, it's just the same thing with guns. I'm like, I don't need to play it. But my buddy's like, yo, we're gonna try it. It's free on Game Pass. Let's just do it. I'm like, fine, I'll do it for you, man. And I actually enjoyed it. So yeah, we played a little bit of Dark Tide, and I had fun.
All right, Warhammer Dark Tide. Which one is that one? Let me see. Did I play this one? I did play it. Yeah, I did play. Okay, this is the one I was playing for a while. Yeah, it was on Game Pass, and we played it for a while.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty fun, but it gets repetitive after, how many hours did I play this for? After 20 hours. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. Shout out to the Gina. Thank you so much for being here. You're the real MVP. I appreciate you. This week was all about Diablo. I think the season resets tomorrow. And so I was trying to get my seasonal through Torment 4, but I only got through Torment 3. And then I finally picked up a new item that I was like, oh, yeah. Dude, I was doing like 10 million damage hits, 40 million damage hits. I'm like, yeah, this is it. But I still couldn't get into Torment 4. Torment 4 is on a whole nother level, man. It is rough. Shout out to Crazy Greek, dude. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Appreciate you. All right, so let's get straight into the announcements while the chat filters in. So these are just minor news stories to get you guys started off. We'll get into the good stuff later on, but while the chat filters in, let's go. All right, so up first, Hideo Kojima. So if you don't know, since June or July, there has been a video game actors strike. And so because of that, Kojima has said that now it has affected the timelines of both OD and the other exclusive he's working on for PlayStation. I forgot what it's called. But yeah. So with that said, let's read what he says. He said, "Thank you for your support in 2024. It was a year full of many things. Just Stand into development, the release of our second trailer, ADR for the actors, music production, recording, Japanese voice recording. In the summer, we started to play and build up the game, so we were also able to hold a TGS stage event for the first time in 5 years. For OD, that's the Xbox exclusive OD, the cloud game, we developed the game and had actor and environment scanning. In the second half of the year, the scanning and filming were suspended due to the SAG strike. Casting was also suspended for Fizzit, that's the other game, Fizzit, due to the strike. We hope to resume next year. Personally, I have an ongoing series of essays published in Anan and Nakai newspaper radio programs and special episodes, book fairs. I almost gave up on. I continue to comment on movies and novels, though fewer than usual. Preparations and planning for the live-action Death Stranding film with A24, as well as other adaptations, are underway. I signed with WME and Death Stranding exhibition. So there you go. So this is the line really where we're at. For OD, we developed the game and had scanning environments and stuff. So that one is down. And for one, I'm happy. I'm not really losing sleep over this one because I'm glad that he's not casting outside of the professionals that bring our games to life. So that's kind of nice. And the strike, if you remember, has a lot to do with AI, where companies basically want you to sign off your likeness so that they can hire you once and then use AI and never hire you again or pay you. So that's what the strike is about. So yeah, OD delayed. What do you think, Terry?
I mean, one of those, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's good for him that he's doing what he can with this, but at the same time, like I'm thinking about the people on strike, and I'm like, all you're doing is further pushing the agenda to get all replaced with AI voices. That's what you know what I mean? Like, you gotta stop. Be happy with what you got because you're on the cusp of losing it completely.
Oh man, I don't know. Like, it's just I just really want, I understand that AI is needed for like aging and stuff, but not full complete AI, and especially to not be the fact that they will own your likeness. I hate that one. So yeah, I'm definitely for the people here, for the actors who don't want to sign and have gone on strike, but I really think they need to end that strike because it's been going on now for like 6 months. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Degina says, just started Flight Sim 24, enjoying career so far. We'll be playing and making levels in Unreal Engine something next couple of months. I don't know what that means. UEFN. Is that like a football thing? I don't know. Sorry. I apologize. Shout out to my beautiful wife. She's the MVP of my life. And she says, we were watching Secret Level on New Year. Yeah, we were. We were watching Secret Level. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. El Nini said he didn't know this. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, and right here it says, it sucks, but Xbox has so many games right now. Yeah, we're not going to suffer this one. And besides, it's not like it was going to launch this year or next year. This thing was still a few years out. Yeah. So it's okay. It's okay. And yeah, I agree with Fastback. If likeness is used from AI, there should be some compensation. I 100% agree. Are you on that boat too, Terry, where they should be compensated?
I do believe they should be compensated, but even if they are compensated, it's not going to ever equate to doing a full, the full work.
Oh, no, it's not. No, acting on it versus compensation is one thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just saying it's not. Compensation is good, but it's going to get to the point. It's going to get to the point where they're not going to be working anymore. It's just going to be AI, and that little compensation is all they're going to get, if that.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Absolutely. Thank you so much. All right, so that was that. Just again, not a real big topic. Moving on to the next announcement. So this one's more of a rumor going to the main man of rumors. That's none other than Ecstasis. Now, this is I watched this with the subtitles on because while I do understand Spanish, he speaks really, really fast, and that's just like, wow, he speaks so fast. So let's hear what he had to say. I'm going to turn this on mute because I don't think anybody cares to listen to the Spanish version, right, Terry? All right, so here we go. So, but also during the same month of January, we will have the arrival of another Blizzard video game on Game Pass, and we are talking about Diablo 1. In principle, and I understand it will only be available on PC Game Pass because I think Diablo 1, in fact, does not have a Xbox console version. So there you go. So, you remember how StarCraft launched on Game Pass, right? PC Game Pass.
Okay.
Well, now Diablo 1 is coming to PC Game Pass, which, PC is getting all the love. What about us console guys? Come on, Phil. Now, a console port of Diablo 1 does exist on PlayStation 1. So the game has been ported in the past to consoles. It should be ported to the Xbox console as well and be included on the Xbox Game Pass. I'm an Xbox Game Pass Ultimate member, so I can access it on both PC and console. But I still am very much on that whole thing of, Xbox needs to treat, if this is an Xbox, it needs to be an Xbox evenly. Oh, and speaking of someone that's an Xbox, shout out to Dreadpool. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Appreciate you.
What's going on?
What's going on, Dread? Sorry. So we're just talking about Diablo 1 being ported over to PC Game Pass, which I think is great. But again, a console port of Diablo 1 already exists on PlayStation 1. And I know this because I tried to buy it, and it's expensive as heck. And I'm not paying that much for Diablo 1 again. But they really need to port that over to the Xbox. So it's not like Diablo 1 will not work on console. And by the way, the console port of Diablo 1 on PlayStation was highly, highly rated back in the day. So, PC game. So, Diablo 1 being rumored to come this month to PC Game Pass. We will see. Terry, what do you think?
For the Diablo 1 coming,
Yeah, I mean, do you think it's great that it's coming to Game Pass and then it being excluded from console? I guess those are the two questions.
I mean, it's great that it's coming to Game Pass for PC. I have no issues with that happening. I think that's good. As for it not being on console, I'm kind of torn on that one because the game is so old.
Mm-hmm.
I feel, I mean, yes, there are console gamers that do play older games. There are.
Yeah.
But when you look at the majority, they don't. So I feel like that's one of those ones where they're probably weighing their options on whether or not it's worth it to get a port for Xbox if people may not necessarily use it.
Okay. Okay.
So I mean, like I said, I'm torn on that because I feel that those of us that are real big on the backwards compatibility and preservation and stuff like that, we're the minority when it comes to gamers today. This isn't about, this is really about how are they going to be able to, is it worthwhile, because if they have to spend time developing it to make sure it's going to run properly on Xbox since it wasn't originally made for Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
And that, everything is different now with the consoles today compared to back when this was made on you said PlayStation 1?
Yeah, and speaking of which, this is the version. This is the PS1 version right here on screen.
So yeah, I mean, a lot has changed.
This is the PC version. I'm sorry, I lied. This is the PC version.
That's the PC version?
Yeah, okay. Sorry, my bad. Hold on, let me bring up the PS version.
I don't know. I just feel like the development and stuff, it needs to be worthwhile for them to go through that to make it working.
All right, here's the PS1 port.
I don't know. I just feel like this is one of those games that people aren't really going to play that actively, whereas on PC they would. I mean, there are people still playing old RuneScape on PC. You know what I mean? They have the player base over there. When it comes to console, the majority aren't going to play this. They're not. The only way they would play this is if it was fully remastered or you know what I mean? They're not going to play it.
Yeah, by the way, Diablo 1 was a lot of menus. So a lot of menus back in the day. Yeah, I while I don't disagree with the statement you made, I still think that this is an Xbox, needs to be treated equally. Is my Xbox an Xbox or is my PC more of an Xbox? Which one is the Xbox, if you will? Right? That's all I'm saying. One shouldn't be more Xboxy than the other. If Xbox is gunning for this, synonymous way of people thinking across the board. That's all I'm saying. Dreadpool, welcome to the show. First off, thank you so much for being here. What'd you play over the New Year week? And Happy New Year.
Man, it's another year, another Alzheimer's moment. What do you want?
All right. Well, do you have any gaming New Year's resolutions?
No, I what did I play? I played Alzheimer's. I played some games. I don't remember what I played. But anyway, New Year's resolution is I never have resolutions because I am already perfect as it is. I married my wife. My life is perfect. Tiny Giant is perfect child. No. The only thing I want to do is try to be a better person and try to do, lead by example, stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nothing too extravagant that I can't people are like always, oh, I want to do the weight loss thing. No. I know I need to live, better. I know I need to eat better. I know, you know what I mean? So I know that stuff shouldn't be a yearly, hey, this is what we should do. No, it should be a life goal. You know what I mean? Not a resolution for the year. So what are you saying is you're going to be overweight now, and for the rest of this year, you're going to eat better and this and that, and then next year you're going to be gluttonous. You know what I mean? So
I was just thinking about gaming resolution, Dreadful.
I know, but that's what I'm getting at. I would say I'm going to play more games, right?
Okay.
Everybody says that. I want to play more games. Do you or do you not? And then what
Right.
happens when you fail? Did you fail because of whatever reason?
I did.
Yeah, well, that's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
I just basically enjoy life and enjoy my games,
Hmm.
and hopefully I play more. I'm not going
There
to
you
sit
go.
there and, oh, yes, I should do that, Gina. But Gina has a good point there.
Which one? Where?
The most newest comment.
Deadpool for president, not Dreadpool. Okay, Deadpool. Okay.
Hey, he needs me.
It says Deadpool. Deadpool.
Misspelling.
Anyways, what do you think about the Diablo port? The rumor is that Diablo is only being ported to PC. Now, StarCraft has already joined Game Pass and is only on PC as well.
Do you
So,
really want 18 frames per second to be ported over to the Xbox?
hey, man, if those 18 frames have auto HDR and all that other stuff, I'm good. I'm good with it.
To be honest, I really don't care. Here's the reason why, right? Not very many games port over from keyboard and mouse to controller very easily,
But
right?
this one already did back on the PlayStation.
And
It
what
was
happened?
highly rated.
It was highly rated, right? Because why? It was the first one to be at 18 frames per second too. No, it's just I don't see a big deal when it comes to these older games. I think the newer games would make more sense. This is such an old game. I mean, if you really think that this is worth your time,
Diablo's worth everybody's minute.
I don't know. I'm just saying, if you had to painstakingly make this game 15 years ago, think of something that you did 15 years ago,
Yes.
20 years ago. Would it be even worth your time to update it to today's stuff? PC is easy to do, right?
First of all, Axel has been great for everybody since 1982.
I don't know about that. 1982 was a bad year.
Anyways, keep going. Sorry.
No. But that's the way I'm looking at it. Yeah, it's a great game. Had they had updated this game before, I mean,
Didn't this thing get a remastered? Or no, it was Diablo 2 that got a remaster,
I
didn't
think
it?
Diablo 2 got the remaster.
Yeah, Diablo 2 got the remaster, yeah.
I mean, I could.
Which, by the way, that got ported to console, and everybody should play it.
Look at it this way: if there's a demand on there, then I could see it. Is there? And again, Microsoft every day does a tally of, hey, should we do this? Should we do that? They're always doing that. Somebody's always looking and saying, hey, is this worth our time? And somebody's saying, hey, go back and check the numbers and see if it's even worth our time to even discuss. Is this worth our time? You know what I mean? So
Sure.
I'm sure they've looked at this, and there's probably not as much interest. And you also don't want to like suck interest off of the current game that's out there.
All I'm thinking is that they're fragmenting the games, the first party games, right? I understand if developers fragment Xbox Game Pass, but first party is creating fragmentation, and I don't think that's right. Every console game got ported to PC. Every PC game should get ported to console.
No,
Yep.
I disagree. I hard disagree. There are games that just don't play well on console that are, and PC gamers play things differently.
Maybe back 20 years ago, that statement was true.
No. It's just a style. I mean, look at like a perfect example would be Dragon Age. Okay, Dragon Age Origins was designed to the PC gamer style. All right, and then they made Dragon Age 2, which was designed for the console gamer style. And what'd you get? Nothing but people whining about how it didn't feel like Origins because they made it too much like for console gamers and not for the PC gamers, and they ignored the original audience of the game.
Only 5 people were complaining about that.
No, like everybody's complaining. When you look at the Dragon Age fans, like 2 is the most hated because it was geared towards the console fandom and not the PC fandom. All right, and then what did they do after that? They tried to play both sides. And they tried to put a mix mash of both a PC and console in there, and the games just aren't the same. Okay, you can't bring the two together as much as people try. You can't bring the two together. They're never gonna play together happy. Okay, you can't do it. So the game style is so different.
Think I want them to port it because I want to play
just
happy
like,
with them.
Just like who wants to play
with
your RTSs. Like RTSs are best played on PC. No one wants to sit there and play an RTS on console.
But they still ported them to console. They still ported them.
Axel's probably the only one that's willing to boot it up on Xbox over PC. Okay, there's not every game deserves to be on console, man. I hard disagree. Hard disagree.
Until console is literally PC is console, console is PC.
That's what they're saying. So shouldn't they be easy?
All right, well, play this with your phone.
I will once they put it over the cloud.
Again, so, yeah. I think on the one side, yes, everything should be across the board. You should be able to play it, but there's certain factors that lineate that you can't do this here and you can't do this here because of certain things. You know what I mean? So sometimes you have to separate things and they just can't go the other way. Now, is that my determination? That's my determination. Am I going to be the one that determines what games go where? No. Again, it's I'm not in that spot to be able to say, is this worth the time? It's just like, is it worth the time to build something for Xbox or PlayStation? Which one is it worth my time to do?
Is it worth the time to have a reputation? It's cool.
Yeah, but some devs can do it. Some devs can't, and they have to figure out where it's worth time spending their money.
Yeah.
You know, so again, is this worth Xbox's time to bring it over to the console or not? I mean, did they remake this from PS1 anywhere else?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
Did they remake this game from the PS1 to go anywhere else?
No, it only went to PS1. No, wait, did it come to the Saturn? I don't think it came to the Saturn back in the day. I think this was
the console version's just gone. Okay.
The numbers on this when it first came out was probably high because the critically acclaim is one thing. Remember, reviewers have a number, gamers have a different number. So when you do stuff like this, you know, yeah, critically acclaimed, and yet it could bomb.
Yeah, it could.
The same way.
That has nothing to do with porting, though. All right, so let's check in with the chat real quick.
The numbers have everything with porting.
I guess. Let's see. Let's check in with the chat.
Real quick. Console gamers are right now already complain about having a load screen. You think they want to sit in a menu all day playing this game? No, they don't. Console gamers do not have that kind of patience.
We'll see. You don't know how we are, Terry.
I do know how we are. I'm a console gamer, and I'm telling you, I would never play this on console. I would never play this on console.
PC master race.
I would play this on PC because it makes sense. You know, it makes sense. Most people aren't sitting down with mouse and keyboard on their Xbox. They don't do it.
No. All right, let's see. So Sith Lord says 2025 is the year Dreadpool donates his kidney to Sith Lord. There you go. Shout out to Game On Jesse. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Fastback is all about economics, apparently. Him and Terry are more worried about Xbox money than because, you know, they get some of it, I guess. Cool Cat Terry, is it worth the money if you don't make the money back for some? Not every game has to be ported to console, in my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah. El Nini says, Xbox has mouse and keyboard support. That's right. They do, Terry. They do.
And no one uses it.
Yeah.
I don't use it.
Everybody
forgets about it, too.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see. Game On Jesse says, what came first, the console or PC?
PC.
I guess the PC came first, right?
PC came first.
Yeah.
Technically, yeah.
The PC came first, and it was the size of a whole bedroom.
No, it was the size of a warehouse.
Man, the man Cunningham says, now you're just trying to wind up Terry Axel. Hey, mission accomplished, right? Let's see. Doggy Dog's over here talking crap because he sucks at strategy games. He says, hello, facts, Cool Cat Terry, only Axel plays those real-time strategies on console. I do play them. I played Command and Conquer and Supreme Commander, all those real-time strategies on console. Yeah,
This is an RTS.
no, but it's a dungeon crawler. Vegeta says, Axel, everything everywhere, free love. Terry, keep everyone separate. You don't belong here. You console peasants get nothing. Yeah, that's exactly what I heard. That is a 100% perfect quote.
No.
Yes. Let's see. Big B Buddy is asking, what new old games or a lot new biggest funny new games? I want new on day one games. What? I think he's mean you want new old games or a lot of new biggest funny new games. I want new on day one games. I mean, I want that too. But don't forget, a lot of day one games launched on PC first. Looking at you, Gears Tactics.
Yeah, but
yeah,
it's.
Shout out to Rockstar Kevin. Thank you so much for being here. You're the real MVP. He says, I thought Atari came first. All right, sorry, Kevin. What were you going to say, Jen?
Pong came first. And Pong was on PC technically because it was on an oscilloscope, which is a PC in a form. Anyway, it's a tool more than a PC. But anyway, it's. I forgot what I was going to say, but I remember something else I was going to say. See, Alzheimer's. I remember playing this on my PC back in the day, and I had the Marvel mods. We're playing as Hulk and Captain America and all that. So, I remember playing this back then on PC. And
I played this on PC because it was only available on PC for years.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It was only available on PC. And I was playing those mods back then.
Yeah, so we'll see. Anyways, it's rumored right now. Thank God for overreacting to rumors. That's what we're here for. Terry, how does the chat feel? That's how we feel, but how does the chat feel?
All right. Should Xbox port Diablo 1 to console? 50% yes. Keep the ecosystem same. 50% no. Fragment the system. Even split.
There you go. Fragmentation. All right. Well, now you get to choose which Xbox is the best Xbox for you.
Well, the question is, are we going to remake it?
I hope it does get a remake.
Or is it just going to be a straight up port?
I don't know.
Like I said, this game would sell very well if they do a full remake.
I agree with that.
The Blizzard launcher is just Diablo 1, right? But if it's coming to Game Pass, you can just install it on the Blizzard launcher. Big B Money says Xbox got new, more value, great games, bigger on Game Pass. Yeah. So there you go. All right. Let's move the show right along. Enough of that one. Close that. All right. I don't know. You might want to check your rewards, Doggy Dog. Because apparently, Microsoft falsely bans loads of Microsoft rewards users like Doggy. Fix rolling out loud. All right. So it got updated. So we're going to skip the update. We're going to go to the original story first. So if you logged into rewards today to find your Microsoft reward account suspended despite not violating any of Microsoft's terms and conditions for the service, you are not alone. Loads of users from across the globe are reporting that Microsoft has banned their rewards accounts for seemingly no reason whatsoever. I got to tell you, I jumped on right away to see if my rewards was banned. Microsoft Rewards suspends account without warning, mass ban wave. So let's see. Over the past several hours, users have flooded Microsoft Rewards subreddit and other social media sites with posts saying they have had their rewards accounts falsely suspended by Microsoft. It's unclear as to why this is happening, but users are not happy. Usually, this is the message they get, basically saying, "Hey, you did something wrong." Let me super zoom in on this one because it's already blurry. Great screenshot, guys. Great screenshot. Basically just doing anything done. After investigating issues, I found out that my account has also been suspended. So even the writer for this article found that his account was suspended. While others here at True Achievement Towers seem to be unaffected, I am now met with the following from Microsoft. Navigating to the Microsoft Rewards dashboard. Your Microsoft Rewards account has been suspended. So there you go. A lot of people getting their rewards suspended in 2025. Hopefully, nobody here was affected by it, but they were rolling out fixes. This got updated about 48 hours later. As always, everything with Microsoft, 48 hours, right? Update. The official Microsoft Reward Support X account confirmed that it incorrectly suspended some Microsoft Reward accounts earlier today. A fix is now rolling out, and affected accounts should be back online in the next several hours. So let us know if you got affected and if that came back to you. So yeah, that would suck because I'm like less than 1,000 reward points from getting a gift card that I have been grinding for the last year. So I made sure I was going to be so hot if that happened to me because I was grinding for it all year long, doing little side missions and stuff you do for rewards, right? So thankfully, I wasn't affected. But if you were, let us know, chat. Terry, what do you think?
I mean, it sucks that happened to people, but at least they caught it and they're fixing it. So I feel like it's a nothing burger. They're making a patch to fix that. So just sit tight if it did happen to you. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I feel like it's not that big a deal.
All right. Yeah. All right. Not that big a deal. Doggy Dog does say my account is still there, but this kind of stuff is why I cashed in most of my points last year before they raised prices of gift cards like I know they do. Yeah, and they'll probably raise the prices again this year. Just saying. Dreadpool, what do you think about this? This is sad, right?
This is sad. I'm trying to find out if I still have my stuff or not.
Yeah, I logged in right away.
I see where to find it.
You just go to your account.microsoft.com or whatever it is.
Yeah, I'm in my account. I'm looking.
Yeah, and there should be rewards somewhere on there. I'm not going to load up my Microsoft account for the whole chat to see. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't see my rewards.
Did you get suspended?
It doesn't say anything about suspend. I just don't see where the rewards are.
All right, let's see. Microsoft rewards dashboard. Like literally look up the word dashboard. It should take you straight to it.
I'm in my account.
View rewards dashboard. Sign in. I'm signing in. I got my points. I'm good to go. I got a big old Candy Crush ad. Yeah, I'm good.
Continue to the site. You said Microsoft rewards?
It should be rewards.bing.com. Rewards.bing.com. Terry, do you use Microsoft Rewards while Dreadpool's looking that up?
I do.
Huh.
Are you banned?
154,230.
Okay, you're still good then. You're still good then. All right. Yeah. Be sure to check your rewards. Just letting everybody know, this is more of an announcement. Be sure to check because it did happen. And if you are affected, I'm sure that they probably have some sort of way you can contact them to protest it, probably. So yeah, there you go. Just letting everybody know. Shout out to I'm gonna slaughter this name. To Babu Kubi. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. The Black Myth Drama got me pissed off. The GTS 1060 with 6GB VRAM can run it at 1080p low settings and over 60S using frame generation. I call shenanigans. We're going to talk about that later. That is a topic we will talk about later. Legendary Yobi say, thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. I appreciate you. Let's see. Fastback says, if I was Xbox, I would suspend Axel 1324's giving rewards for the Xbox bashing every Sunday morning. What? I love my Xbox. Man, I love it. Let's see. And that's all we got. All right, so on to the real news. You guys ready for the real news now? Let's do it.
Surprise me.
Wait for the meat and potatoes.
So PC Gamer put out an article, and I love this article because you know what? I'm going to show you the tweet first. Let's show Axel's Twitter here. So PC Gamer put out a tweet. Helldivers 2 and Marvel's Rivals convinced me. Battle passes should never expire. Hey, what could be wrong with that title, right, Terry?
Okay.
Nothing wrong with it, right? But then you scroll down and you see Master Shake. Xbox games always start the trend. Okay. We're gonna skip that one because it curses. Actually, thank Halo Infinite, but y'all too blind to know that. Halo already did it. This is from Hidden Xperia, a huge Halo channel guy, and he put the South Park Simpsons did it thing. Seth says Halo Infinite did that too, and then came here to say Halo did it first, but it looks like some OGs beat me to it. So the article says Helldivers 2 and Marvel Rivals convinced me battle passes should never expire. Now, if you remember, Dread, that was a launch theme to the battle passes on Halo. That if you bought the season 1 battle pass, it was never going to expire. You can finish it whenever you want. You could also, if you bought multiple battle passes, you could activate different battle passes to see which one you would grind for. You remember that?
I remember that.
Halo setting the trend. Xbox setting the trend, but of course, until Team Blue does it, nobody recognizes it. Right? So people were obviously upset about this. Team Green people, right? So I went to the article. I clicked on it. Here it is, right? Helldivers 2 and Marvel Rivals convinced me battle passes should never expire, all right? So then he talks about how he's got FOMO and all this stuff, right? With hindsight, it's clear that battle passes got a pass, but that started to change. 2 of 24's biggest multiplayers have one thing in common. Helldivers 2 and Marvel Rivals sell battle passes that never expire. And it's not until paragraph 3 here, taken after Halo Infinite, the first big budget live service game to try this approach. Helldivers 2 and Marvel Rivals let you take your time and tackle battle passes whenever you want. That's it. That's the whole innovation, and it's effective. But it didn't get an article and big love on it until someone on Team Blue did it. Interesting. Xbox tax, 100%. So yeah. There you go. Xbox tax, 100%. And it's good that the title could have said like Halo Infinite. Could have included Halo Infinite. But nope, gotta get that rage click. Well, you got a rage. Thank you so much, because I got a rage. With that rage click, I ended up getting a topic for the show. So, I guess I shouldn't be bashing it, because I got something out of that clickbait too. I got to clickbait the title of this show. So there you go. So again, Xbox innovates, other people copy, but recognition doesn't come until Team Blue does it. So what do you think about that, Terry?
I mean, I feel like it's also, I don't know. I mean, maybe they didn't know. I mean, I'm an Xbox person, but I didn't know Halo did that because I don't play Halo. So why would I know?
Oh! I got you right here, Terry. Let's look at this last line. Let's look at it. Go ahead. Read this one right here.
Last month, I played a lot of Halo Infinite's new throwback mode while grinding a pass that came out in 22. Okay.
So they don't have your excuse. He doesn't have that excuse.
Okay.
That he doesn't play Halo like you.
I'm just saying. Okay, so.
So he doesn't have that excuse. So yeah, I just think it's messed up that Halo Infinite got all this negative criticism. But this is obviously a positive thing. We thought it was positive. We talked about it. We said it was positive. The Xbox channels talked about how awesome that is. But the media, owned by IGN, of course, all of them probably, doesn't talk about it until Team Blue does it. Like, oh my God, it's marvelous now. There's a lot of examples of this that, like, when Xbox does it bad and when PlayStation does it, it's genius. It's genius.
I mean, it's just like Android and Apple, Android does something and then Apple does it 10 years later. Genius! They're the first to do it. It's the same thing.
That was my point.
That's the same thing.
Dreadful, all right. Let's take it away. Take it away, Dreadful.
That was my point, was, Apple can do no wrong. Apple is the golden child that, oh my God, look at this. This is the best thing ever since sliced bread, but yet we've had it over here on the Android side. This is the same thing. It just, again, I understand if he didn't know, or whoever.
He did know, though. He played it right there. He said it.
Right. Last month, right? But I think part of this is clever writing.
Clever
writing. Because, wow, paid content that doesn't vanish off in a puff of smoke. I mean, we've seen that before too at other places, but now you're saying that this is the first time. And again, it's praise to a certain child, even though the family's already done it. You know what I'm saying? It's like another child has already done this, but yet you're going to praise the baby child for doing it, even though the adult, the firstborn, did all this stuff ahead of time and show it how to do it, and show the younger child how to do it, and then you have these parents praise their beloved baby child. So this is how it's again, it's written to incite people to comment and read this. Unfortunately, they may have only found out through somebody else as they were writing this article, and then figured out where to put it, and then say, "Oh yeah, that's right, I did play this. Oh yeah, that's right." Because a lot of times, I mean, we've all played games that, doesn't suit our needs for whatever reason. Sometimes it's a platform, right?
Yeah.
But then you realize that there's a feature there that, holy cow, this is great. Speaking of Diablo, they're finding out the same thing. Cross progression, cross save is there with the Diablo through Blizzard. What? You don't need your PlayStation subscription to do this? Again, this is stuff that they're going to be surprised about later on in the future when they find out that more games are doing this from the Xbox side, because Xbox is pushing that narrative that we're going to do this. If you play an Xbox game, it's going to be cross-compatible. All the saves are going to be there automatically, and these guys are going to be like, "Wow, PlayStation! It's finally happening on PlayStation where I don't need a subscription." Oh yeah, by the way, Xbox did this, and it's because it's an Xbox game.
Yeah, Xbox.
So again, it's very well written to get you to jump and freak out and be like, "Are you stupid? Are you crazy? What is wrong with you? Are you blind?" And and then obviously he puts down, further down, "Oh yeah, Halo did it first."
Yeah. Now I didn't click on this article when it first.
I didn't even click on it because
it came up because I didn't. So I don't see that it was edited. It doesn't say that it was edited, but I'm assuming that Halo line might have been added later because other news sources were calling them out on it, like VGT Gaming News literally called them out. "Hey, PC Gamer, you ever hear of Halo Infinite before? It's super cool and its battle passes never expire. It also released before Helldivers 2 and Marvel Rivals. Oh, and it's a PC game." Now, I didn't click on it back in the day, and PC and these guys, they didn't capture a screenshot of the article either, and I couldn't find one. So who knows if this is the original text or if it's edited.
Yeah, if you're calling somebody out like that, more than likely it was edited. But usually they put on there if they've ever edited it.
Yeah, I was looking for the editor. Like they usually write that it was edited, but there was no notification of edited.
If you have any ethics, you have to do that.
Yeah. So, but I don't know if it was or wasn't, so I can't call him out on that.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming that that's what happened, because when other news sites call you out, they typically don't do it on just the title of your article. Journalists tend to defend one another.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, again, when Team Green does it, it's stupid. Whatever. Team Blue does it, it's genius.
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 Genius, I tell you. Genius.
But this is again why a lot of us are Xbox gamers, because Xbox innovates a lot. And a lot of us, this is one of the big reasons why I'm an Xbox gamer, is that I want to be in the forefront of innovation. I want to experience it first. And I do feel that Xbox innovates a whole lot more than any other platform does. So am I surprised that they didn't get the recognition? Not really. Do I think it's fair? No, I don't think it's fair. Hence why I'm talking about it, right?
Axel, are you an Android user?
I am an Android user.
Good deal. I was gonna say, if you're using Apple and you just said innovation, I'm about the.
Hey, have you seen that camera
you
button?
a digital slap.
Digital slap. Have you seen that camera button on the iPhone? Have you seen it? Yeah. So that's all I'm saying is that, one of the biggest attractions for me to Xbox is that they always push the envelope, and that's what I love. And they did do this, and I think it's successful, and everybody should do it. personally, I think everybody should do it.
You know what's funny is the reason why I like Xbox is because of the community behind it versus the community behind the other platforms.
Yeah, we're more down to earth.
Yeah, more community based rather than
Snobs.
keeping up with the Joneses. I'm better than you.
Snobs.
You know,
Yeah.
in the walled garden, stuff like that. You know, it's same thing with Apple. You know, Apple's got that mentality of
more snobs.
we're better than you.
Snobs, yeah, all the snobs.
Are they?
You know,
we're
it's
better
funny
than you.
because I loved my iPhone when I used my iPhone. What took me away from the iPhone was the first time it was over $1,000, and I'm like, I'm not paying that much for a phone, and I switched over to Android, and I got the Note 20 back in 2020. I got the Note 20, and using that S Pen, I found it so useful now. I can't live without it.
Yeah,
and so
You're a
my phone
man.
has that S Pen, right? And I it's a lifesaver. I bought a wood computer, literally with a pen because I'm like, it's so useful. I need it. I've digitized my note taking thanks to Android.
What happened to your chair?
Which one? Oh, the rocking chair?
Yeah.
I moved it because nobody ever used it.
Oh, I was going to say, please don't tell me that hadn't progressed enough along the line.
No, it
that's going to be a sad story.
I moved it to where it was always. I moved it. First off, I moved it from upstairs downstairs for the sake of the aesthetic and in case I had guests. But I found out that guests preferred to sit on the floor instead of sitting on the chair, so I moved it back up, and now I'm shopping for a couch.
If they prefer to sit on the floor than the chair, that should tell you to get rid of the chair.
No, the father-in-law loves it. Can't get rid of it.
Oh, okay, well then there you go. That's the father-in-law's chair.
Yes,
and your wife uses it.
Yeah, and this is my favorite chair is the glider. I still think it's the most comfortable chair ever. I don't care what anybody says. They could call me an old man. That thing is comfortable. So yeah, let's see. Let's check in with the chat because the chat's been on fire. Shout out to the chat, dudes, doing awesome. All right, let's see. Shout out to Back from the Dead. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Let's see. And shout out to Happy Cloud Gaming. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. He says, for me, gaming has become a place to relax. If Xbox don't work, I watch something on TV streaming. If all the power is down, that's never been a problem. I would have live lights and read a book. Oh, you mean like candles? That's cool. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. Some stuff I can't put on here. Let's see. All right, so shout out to DE. Thanks so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Says, to be fair, how many Team Blue people are playing Halo Infinite? But also, to be fair, doesn't Team Blue watch Halo like a hawk? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, we've talked about that in a lot of opposite podcasts. Mm-hmm. Talk more about Xbox than they talk about their own podcast themes.
That's right. Absolutely. Back from the Dead One says, you can also go back and purchase old battle passes. For example, Dren might want the last Halloween battle pass in Halo Infinite. Yeah, you absolutely can.
I do actually. I need to go back and get that because I've been slacking.
Doggy Dog says, brilliant.
Brilliant.
Fastback says, Helldivers 2 was propped up at the Game Awards by Keighley to help Sony, and the game is cool, but not doing well. I was thinking about buying it just the other day, actually. Let's see. DE says, the next wave of replies is going to be about season counts and the amount of rewards. Oh my gosh, don't give him ideas, DE. What are you doing, bro?
Yeah. Not enough.
Yeah, can't say you're wrong, but yeah. Fastback says, PC Gamer, IGN, and Keighley all the same. Sith Lord says, Xbox bad, PlayStation good. Yeah, that's exactly what they're saying to us here. Let's see. Shout out to Crazy Greek Dude. He says, I thought I couldn't live without an S Pen. Now I can't live without a folding phone. Oh, you got the Samsung Galaxy Fold or the Google Fold? Let me know. My beautiful wife says, I used it, the S Pen. She's talking about the S Pen. Yeah, it's amazing.
No, I think she's talking about your chair.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, the chair. Yeah, sorry. She's talking about the chair. Sorry, my bad. Yeah. Let's see. Tobabo Kumi says, I just settle on mid phones. All I need is for my apps to be snappy enough, and Google ones are good because you still get a pretty great camera. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, and Fastback does have the Z Fold. Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. Yes.
I'm not.
My beautiful wife says, I am the user of that rocking chair.
She is.
Yeah,
She's a passion.
she uses it for sure. Let's see. Oh, Rockstar Randy says, I have to use hard chairs because of herniated disc. I can't even sit on my couch. Ouch. Oh man, that sucks. Sorry to hear that, bro. Hopefully you deal with that the best way you can. Let's see. Da-da-da-da.
When you get to it, I agree with you. Back from the dead.
Okay, hold on. Back from the dead says, we already had folding phones a long time ago. They were called flip phones.
It's true.
Yeah, but the flip phone didn't have a full screen.
It did.
I remember when the Motorola Razr was like the number one phone in the country. Everybody had one. You weren't cool unless you had a Motorola Razr.
I had the Sanyo flip phones back in the day.
Sanyo. Oh yeah.
I get them at Costco.
Yeah, you could get them at Radio Shack. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the best part with Costco was when it started breaking, especially the hinge. You just take it back and they give you all your money back, and then by then you buy a new phone, and the new phone was cheaper, so you'd get change back on a brand new phone.
Yeah, that's back in the days when prices would drop year over year.
Yeah.
Flip phones were so popular that they innovated it for gaming, and that's how we got our DS.
And my
Nintendo DS, the number one selling gaming hardware of all time.
I recorded a concert on my flip phone. Like I was on stage for one of the bands that opened up for Afro Man, and I did all that recording on a flip phone. And I tell you what, it was a full screen recording and everything, and the pixels, full of pixels.
Yeah, Dreadpool, someone is going to have to be on some mind-altering chemicals, much like one of his songs says, to be able to make out what you recorded.
Yeah.
It's like, I recorded it, but you got to be on some mind-altering chemicals to see it. Yeah. Oh man, it was great. Yeah, and I agree with Rockstar Randy. Bring back Windows Phone. I was a Windows Phone user. I loved my. I think I had a Nokia 920 with at the time it had like a 40 gigabyte camera, and it took up like half the back. It was awesome.
You know, it's funny though. I've talked to other people that have had Windows phones, and every single one of them loved it. Nobody ever said that they didn't like the Windows phone.
It was
the only
so
thing
great.
that they said was they didn't have the apps that they wanted.
Yeah,
that's all. If you didn't have Google support back then, because Google was the king of everything back then.
Google wasn't playing nice.
And they messed up the API for YouTube, so they wouldn't make a YouTube app for Windows Phone, and that's what killed it.
I had a Windows Phone and I loved it. But yeah, it didn't have app support.
Yeah, and I agree with Kumi. I'm just going to say Kumi. High back executive chairs are where it's at, bro. Yeah, that's the type of chairs I like at work. My boss is always like, why, so you can lean back and fall asleep? I'm like, no, I just like high back chairs. It's the way I roll.
Yeah, I like
even my couches. I don't like them to be medium back. You know how a lot of couches are now like down here? I hate those.
Yeah, I don't like those, but
I hate them so much. Anyways, enough of that. So again, Team Green Bad, Team Blue Genius. Just pointing it out. PC Gamer, do better. Do better with your titles. It should say like following Halo Infinite, Marvel's Helldivers 2 and Marvel Rivals convinced me. Yeah, Halo Infinite should have been on here, on this title. If you had any sense of decency here. But of course you don't. You don't. But my favorite part about it is that another gaming news network called them out on it. That's what my favorite part was. All right, Terry, you ready?
Ready.
All right, there is no intro music, but it's time for Terry's in the spotlight. Beep, pop, pop, pop.
Beep, pop, pop, pop. All right, everybody. So to kind of go in with our starting topic today of, classic games not being available on Xbox, I got another game for you, not available on Xbox. All right, guys. So enjoy the trailer.
PC Master Race.
This is going to be for those of you that like your retro beat 'em ups. This is for you guys. All right, you guys, we got Blazing Strike. Now, this game's available on PlayStation, Switch, and PC. Sorry, no Xbox. Sad faces, everybody. All right, so go ahead and check this out. It's a dystopian 2D fighter game. Now, it has versus mode. You got your story mode. You got your online fighting arcade mode for those who want to have like the best score or whatever. You can do the arcade mode, and they have training modes. All those stuff that you would typically find in your fighter games. You have 14 different fighters to choose from in the game, and it's a $40 game. Now, I will tell you right now. Hold on. YouTube is auto-playing. Okay, it's a $40 game, but this is one that I would recommend getting on sale. Don't pay the $40 for this one. Normally, I wouldn't say that, but get this one on sale. It's a good game. Check it out. And yeah, if you're a fan of like your classic like Street Fighter kind of stuff, then go ahead and check this out.
Another great indie by the amazing Cool Cat Terry. Hold on a second, guys. I am having issues with what I'm doing over here. I was setting up for the next one and it messed it up. All right, sorry. All right, great indie spotlight by Cool Cat Terry. All right, so let's move on to the next topic. Terry, I don't know if you know about this, but there's a little show. You know what? Let me play the trailer. Hold on. There's a little show on Amazon called Secret Level. It's made by the same people that made Love, Death, and Robots, I think is what it is, on Netflix. Right? And so all it is they take a lot of video games and they make little shorts of it, little 5 to 10 minute shorts. Right now, I've been watching some of this. They did get, some of them are really good. Some of them are like, meh, you know. But yeah. So some of them are just, so they can't just make these shorts. They got to have permission to make them. Right. And the big controversy to this is that a certain short didn't get approved. They talked about it and now everybody's upset that it didn't get made. Whereas me, I'm on the opposite side. I think it's a good idea that they didn't make it, but that's just me. Right. But let's go to the quotes. So they were doing an interview with Collider, the directors of this show. And the Collider interviewer asked them a specific question, said, did you go after certain things where they were like, get the hell out of this room? And the guy, Wilson, says, it's tricky because it's not like we're the first folks to realize, hey, these video game IPs are awesome and we should turn them into other things. So a lot of them have pre-existing deals, and that's the beauty of the series. Prime Video essentially just puts the episode on the platform. Everything else, the characters we come up with, the storylines we develop, they belong to the developers. So there was no land grab for the series, which I think is incredibly forward-thinking for Amazon. Because it's so new, a lot of the development executives who have these existing deals sit up at Netflix or somewhere else. The natural inclination is this is going to get in the way of everything we're doing. There were some IPs that we approached that that were having a real big moment that at that time, and Hollywood had come a calling. And 3 years later, nothing's happened. We're going to make an episode for them, and it was going to be awesome, but Hollywood happens. And then another person's talking says Miller says, I get a little shift when I read online and they're like, hold on, these a-holes took Spelunky when they could have taken Halo or something like that. I'm like, man, you think we didn't talk to Halo or something? So right here, they're acknowledging they did talk to Halo about doing a Halo episode. Wilson goes, it's good to know that 20 years in, you're still reading the comments, right? And then Miller goes, I read a few. I consider it market research, Dave, but there are no black and white choices here. It's not like we could just have anything we wanted or they would all be available. There are a lot of different reasons. We did the best we could, and I love all the games that we have, and there are so many more games that we could have. That's the trouble, too, is that we could make 10 seasons of this and still not run out of games that we like. And here's Wilson again. And this is the controversial part. Are you ready, Terry? The creative director at id Software is a good friend of ours, and so are folks at Microsoft. So we made a big plea because one of the things both Tim and I would love to do is something that isn't currently available in the games, like crossovers. We wanted to make a Master Chief / Doomslayer crossover episode, and I spent a whole weekend crafting this impassioned letter of my childhood. And it's exactly what Tim said. They were like, nah. And this is the controversy right here, that they asked for the crossover and Microsoft was like, meh. Right? And so some people are very upset that this didn't happen. They're blaming Microsoft, like, why wouldn't you approve this? Whatever, right? Whereas me, I'm on team like, good. I'm glad they didn't do the crossovers, because just because you say do it, what is the point of the crossover? If Microsoft hasn't done one, why would you let someone else do one? Right? Now, I'm not saying all crossovers are bad. Obviously, like things like Marvel versus Capcom is a great crossover. I'm not saying crossovers are bad. I'm just saying that the developers did it first, and then other things came out of it. And I don't think that this would have helped anybody. Now, I just want to also pretext this. I didn't hear anybody talking about Secret Level. Anybody talking about Secret Level before this. I didn't hear anybody talk about any episode like, man, it's so great. You got to watch it. I didn't hear anybody talk about that. Right? So everybody's now overreacting to Secret Level, pretending like it's this great marketing tool, when the people that are supposed to be in the know, people like Terry, have you seen an episode of Secret Level, Terry?
Never heard of it.
See, never heard of it. Dreadpool, have you seen an episode of Secret Level? Dreadpool's gone. I'm going to take that as a no.
Level?
Huh?
What Secret Level?
Exactly. See, nobody's heard about Secret Level at all until this happened. So you're welcome. Secret Level Master Chief made you relevant. So, a lot of people are talking about Secret Level this and why wouldn't you do it? It's a free marketing tool, but nobody, even the people in the know, like Cool Cat Terry, like Dreadpool, didn't even know it existed. Just saying.
I thought it was something else.
Wait, what's that?
I thought Secret Level was something else. Not what it is. So,
yeah, it's a little what do you call it? It's like Love, Death, and Robots, right? And they do a lot of gameplay. Like this is Warhammer right here. They're doing a lot of shorts in game universes, and I think it's cool. And first off, the animation is top tier. Okay, it's just some of them are great, some of them are bad. Of course, not every episode is going to be a fantastic episode, right? That is Love, Death, and Robots. So, like this one is Crossfire. Okay, this one is Crossfire. And then this one, let me see. This one, obviously, Warhammer. Right? Sifu, right here. Right? This is Sifu. This is The Outer Worlds, right here. Which was a great episode, by the way. Great episode. This one right here is Pac-Man. Look at Pac-Man.
This is Pac-Man?
This is Pac-Man. I swear to God, this is Pac-Man.
No. I never would have got that.
They turned Pac-Man into horror. Death Dealer would love this.
What's it
this
on?
is Pac-Man. Okay. This one I don't think I've seen yet. Did I see it yet? No, I don't think I have.
So this whole series is called Secret Level.
Yeah, and this is that Mega Man short you sent me, Dread?
Yeah.
It came from Secret Level.
Really?
Yeah, and this one here is Dungeons and Dragons. Of course, back to Warhammer. There you go. They're doing all of them. Atrium was
Wait,
on
they
there.
did New World?
They did New World. Yep.
Oh snap!
Armored Core was on there. That was a great one. Yeah. So they do a lot of these episodes, which is great. Like I said, nothing wrong with it. It's fantastic. I'm just saying that nobody heard about this until even that short that Dreadpool sent me of Mega Man. He didn't know it came from Secret Level. It's when I saw it, I'm like, did Dread play a prank on me? That's all I was thinking, right?
You would thought.
Yeah, because that's the way you are, right? You're a prankster, and so yeah, it's
Oh, they got some big names in here.
Oh
Holy
man,
crap.
it is a fantastic series. If you're a gamer, I definitely do recommend you watch it. But again, nobody was talking about this until Halo came out, right? And all that good stuff. So yeah, I don't think now. Do I think that doing a Halo Doom crossover would have been bad? No, I don't think it would have been bad. But I'm also not crying about it. I think it would have just been super neutral. It's okay if they would have said yes. It's okay if they would have said no. Very neutral about it, right? But people acting like doing a Doom Halo crossover, that it was going to be this 30-minute episode. Most of these episodes are like 8 minutes long, guys. 8 minutes. Okay, so they would have done a Doom Halo crossover.
So this is
That
like
would be
more of a
about
web
8
series.
minutes long. So take that into account here.
It sounds more like a web series that they just happened to put on Prime.
You know what the best Halo crossover was?
Yeah. What? Oh, hold on. What is that?
I don't know. Does anybody have a guess as to what I think the best Halo crossover was? And it's not Fortnite. I'll tell you that right now.
Halo Wars?
Fable 2.
Fable 2. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of people don't know about that one because no one talks about it.
I talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
Anytime we talk about Fable, when it comes to those old games, Fable 2, a Halo crossover. I'm really expecting something like that on this new Fable.
Maybe. Let's see.
I don't know. I think we're just going to get Jack and the Beanstalk.
Jack and the Beanstalk. No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
No,
Dude.
it's going to be way more than that. Anyways, back to this topic. Terry, tell me what you think about the outrage that people are having online about there not being a Halo Doom crossover episode.
I don't know. I feel like most people didn't, like we were saying, we didn't even know this show existed. So, and the outrage, I don't know. I feel like, people have always kind of put those two together, with fan fictions and everything else. So I feel like this is just one of those things that would just be fan service. You know what I mean? That's all that would be. So I don't really see it as being a big deal that they didn't do it. As I'm not a fan of either character, so I don't care about it. But if they ever decide to do it, if down the road they change their mind, they let them do it. Fine. It's just fan service.
Now, I'm just going to point this out that back in back in when were they going to buy Bethesda? 2021? Yeah, back in 2021, a lot of people made Halo Cross Doom art back in the day when they were first going to buy Bethesda. And when Doom and Halo, they're like, oh, they're in the same universe. They could be in the same universe, la, 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 la. All that good stuff, right? So people have been talking about a Halo Cross Doom for a while. So I'm not saying that it doesn't exist, right? Or that idea doesn't exist, right? So way back in 2021, since 2021, people have been talking about Halo as a crossover. And it's not that hard to find art for it from 2021, right? It's not that hard. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, right? So maybe it is something fans have wanted for a long time. But again, I'm not negatively affected by it. But would it have been cool to see? Sure, it would have. Of course, it would have been awesome to see. But am I gonna rage and be like, "Oh, Xbox, you're so dumb for not approving this"? Da, da, da? No, I'm not. I'm on Team Xbox on this one. There you go. There you go. Fastback. Be sure you clip that. Axel is not bashing Xbox on this one. That's
Yeah,
right. Clip it, Fastback.
The way I look at it is, as long as they're not trying to shoehorn something in, you know what I mean? The way that they've done other games with characters and brought them in, I'm cool with that. You know, the way that they did Fable 2 was perfect. You know what I mean? It kind of, for those that pre-ordered the collector's high-end edition, whatever, you got that skin. So I got to inadvertently play as Master Chief, but yet you see what most people didn't know, it wasn't Master Chief, but in the fighting game. And then you see this over here, and then you see you know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah,
I don't mind all these little nuances. Gears 5 had it. What was it? Killer Instinct. Again, you know, Fortnite. But still, you know, you see them in certain places that certain things, and the way that they're done is with respect to the game that they're in and from the game that they came from. And I have no issues with doing it. I mean, we even talked about kart racers. How come we don't have an Xbox kart racer? You know, you'd have Master Chief, and you'd have Doom Guy, and you'd have, you know, these other people, and this, and you know what I mean? So you'd have all this stuff. Yeah. And that was me the whole time I played the game. I had to get rid of the sword and the gun because they ended up being too weak once you get to a certain level of power.
You equipped it too early, bro. You equipped it too early. No, I know what you're talking about. But yeah. So crossovers have always been awesome, right? I think they're awesome. I think they're great. And they're fun. Like, this is just fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is just fun. Nothing wrong with it. Just 100% fun right there. Oh my gosh, Chief is killing civilians. That is 100% not the crossover he would do. So yeah, Secret Level. I think it's a great series. I do like it. But am I crying about it? Like some people are, no. But do I think it would have been cool? Sure. Of course I think it would have been cool. But some people, they're like super raging about it. It's interesting. So let's see how the chat feels real quick. Let's see. Let me go back because, man, the chat is on fire. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Let's see. All right. To Baboku me. Okay. Here we go. By the way, it's To Baboku. Also, it's Cajun French for the land of white cannibals. And it's the title of an acid bath song. All my favorite bands. Oh, my gosh. There you go.
That's pretty cool.
To Babakumi. Okay. I'm going to try, but I make no promises, okay? Let's see. DE says, it's true making TV show episodes of old games is like they need to bring such and such back. Yeah, absolutely. Excuse me. Apologize for that. Let me reset this while I'm at it. Okay. Let's see. El Nini says it's free advertising for your IP. Can't go wrong there. Yeah. Doggy Dog says if Microsoft had approved it, people would have been mad too. They can never win with the media or anyone for that matter. So stupid. Yeah. If we would have seen the Halo Doom crossover first on Secret Level, everybody's all like, how can they make this episode before you make the game? We've only been asking about it since 2020, 21, whatever, right? It would have been the same thing. People would have complained. I agree. My wife loves Secret Level. She says it's really good. Yeah. Fastback says Secret Level was cool. It is. You should definitely watch it if you're a gamer. There'll be episodes you love and episodes you hate. DE says, not me. One guy on Twitter mentioned the Mega Man episode ending as it got good or something. Then this, that's it. There you go. Go. Yeah, the Mega Man episode is basically an origin episode. That's all it is, and it's 8 minutes long. I was sad it was so short. The Gina says the Pac-Man episode is incredible. I don't know, man. They turned it into horror. They turned it into horror.
I mean, it kind of is horror. I mean, you do have ghosts all over the place. So.
You need to watch it, Terry, and tell me what you think.
It's the first horror game.
My beautiful wife says, you guys need to watch Secret Level. You're welcome, Axel. Yeah, my wife wanted to see it with me, and I was so happy. Shout out to my beautiful wife. Yeah. Fastback says Pac-Man was cool. Is it Amazon Prime? It is Amazon Prime. Yeah. Let's see. So the game that ties into Pac-Man episode got announced at the Game Awards. It did? Oh, so even the Pac-Man episode was a crossover? Interesting. Let's see. Oh, Jesus, I already forgot. Tubabu Kumi says, and my trusty antenna, of course. Yeah, there you go. He has an antenna. Let's see. Eldini says they aren't doing anything with the Halo IP. Oh, you mean the Battle Pass that just released? They didn't do anything? The seasonal content that just released? Come on, Eldini. Come on. They literally just had snow fight on Halo Infinite.
Maybe we're talking about campaign.
Oh no, campaign. No, they should have done. I'm upset that they didn't do the Endless as a DLC campaign, but
They should have.
They should have. 100% should have. And they should do more with Halo Wars. Love Halo Wars. They should definitely do more with Halo Wars. Yeah. My wife says the animation is neat and perfect. Yes. DE says, what was the Game Awards thing showing the girl going in and out of the game worlds? Is that the same thing? I have no idea. To be honest with you. Let's see. Tubabu Kubi says, best Halo crossover is Killer Instinct. Yeah, the Arbiter and Killer Instinct. Yeah. The Gears 5 Halo crossover was pretty cool. Yeah, see, there's been crossovers. 100% crossovers, yeah.
Yeah. Again, done it right.
Yeah, so there you go. Let's see. Sith Lord says, yeah, Bethesda was bought in 2020. Okay, so there you go. I was right, yeah.
Yeah, because 2019 was like the big
announcement date or something?
Yeah, something.
Yeah. Dan the Man Cunningham says, Microsoft is usually open to those things, so it makes you wonder what the pitch was for them to reject it. Yeah, maybe the pitch sucked. You guys don't know. Maybe they are protecting the IPs by saying no to that one.
Maybe there's some with what's coming out soon.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to
they don't want a false expectation.
Pull away from whatever's coming out now. You know what I mean?
You got Doom the Dark Ages coming out. Maybe there's a Halo crossover there. A hidden one. Maybe. You never know. Right, Dread?
Yeah, you never know.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Fastback says, 1, good morning, Xbox. 2, quickies. 3, bash Xbox. 4, bash PlayStation. 5, sorry, Xbox. 6, Xbox is best.
Sounds like a rhythm.
Sounds like a rhythm. Yeah, he thinks he has me figured out. Let's see. Rockstar Randy says, something being out would make a better show than Halo. I kind of have to agree with that one. Yeah. Let's see. You were saying you could have a long list of never ending episodes, right? I didn't say that. They said that. So they said that over here, basically, that they would never. We could make 10 seasons of this and still not run out of games we like. So yeah, they are. I didn't say it. They said it. So yeah. Happy Cloud Gamer says, I love how they did put a Doom mission inside of Starfield. Yeah, that was a fan mission, a Forge mission, and they liked it so much that they advertised it. So yeah, there you go. Xbox is still being really, really nice to people, I think. Okay, here we go. The Gita talks more about the Pac-Man. It's called Shadow Labyrinth. It's a Pac-Man roguelike where you play it as the character from Secret Level with Pac-Man as your guide. Interesting. Repetition. So yeah. Lots of people are upset on Twitter. I'm not one of them. I am the anti-upset. I listen to Double Barrel Gaming. Boomstick is on the Xbox should approve this anyway. Whereas I'm on the I don't think they should have. And maybe they disapproved it for a good reason. For a very good reason. You never know. You don't know, Dreadpool. You don't know.
I know. What? I got the phone call the other night as to why they didn't do it.
Oh, you did? Oh.
Yeah. I'm that insider, so I'm not allowed to talk about it.
Okay, so there you go. Dreadpool knows. Hit him up on the DMs, everybody.
And I'll block you.
Shout out to the Graphic God. Thank you so much for being here. You're the real MVP. He says the Siffy episode got me to play the game. Oh, there you go. Yeah. El Nini says, I'm sure we'll get that Halo Doom crossover episode in season 2 of Secret Levels. The show already got greenlit for season 2. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so there you go. Everybody. But that's how we feel. Terry, how does the chat feel?
All right. Should Xbox approve the Halo Doom crossover for Secret Level? 50% yes. Free marketing. 27% no. Take care of the franchise. And 22% I don't watch Secret Level.
So there you go. Still more people on they should have approved it. Still more people on that side of the fence. And which is cool. Nothing wrong with your opinion. Nothing wrong with your thoughts, right? So yeah. Let's see. Tubabu Kumi says, this is the gist of the episode. I think it'd work better as a Doom Guy and Master Chief team up. The Covenant warring with the demons, and they're fighting both together. There you go. So there it is. All right, so let's move the show right along to the next topic, everybody. So, Black Myth Wukong and Xbox can't seem to stay out of the spotlight. Right? So, a lot of people are saying that the reason we don't have Black Myth Wukong is because of the Series S. And this is off of Weibo. Now, Weibo is like the social media in China. Right? It's their Twitter, it's their Facebook, it's their everything, okay? It's their social media. And here's the developer of Black Myth Wukong, right? And he says, although there's no big surprise, I still feel a little emotional after winning them all. He's replying to somebody about winning awards, okay? Your combat effectiveness is terrifying, and the only thing missing is the Xbox robe, right? It seems a little undesirable. Oh, what? No, I don't want to install nothing. It seems a little more undesirable, but that 10 gigabyte of shared memory, I can't really get it without a few years of optimization experience. Sad faces. Right? So he's blaming the Series S, that 10 gigabyte memory, basically that he can't optimize the game good enough to come to Xbox. Now, Xbox has a parity clause. Right? Okay, Terry, you fragmenting person. Xbox has a parity clause that if you release for the Xbox consoles, it has to be for both the Series X and the Series S. They have to be the same, no fragmentation. Because fragmentation would be terrible, Terry, for the ecosystem. And so, a lot of people are upset at the Series S holding the Xbox back. Now, not a lot of people. Some people are making a lot of big choices on it, right? But this is contradicting a lot of reports that we've been hearing from other news places. Did I mark it? Did I send it? Did I mark it? I did. Okay, yeah. So Windows Central did a little update on this, right? Black Myth Wukong developers say optimizing for the Xbox Series S would take years, begging the question if the blockbuster action game will ever come to Xbox. So a bunch of stuff, right? Okay, so here we go. Back to this is the meat of it all right here. Previously, Microsoft suggested to us that Black Myth Wukong was skipping Xbox due to some form of timed exclusivity deal in PlayStation, offering the following comments unprompted to Windows Central, as well as major outlets like Forbes and IGN. I also conferred with my own sources who confirmed that Microsoft is all up internally operating under the idea that Black Myth Wukong took some type of exclusivity deal with PlayStation. for engineering support or something along those lines. The game has received no special marketing treatment from PlayStation to that end, and neither side has confirmed or debunked whether some form of exclusivity deal was or is in place. So if you remember the comment, right? The comment was, and I'm just going to read it real quick. Where was it? Where was I? It was, we're excited for the launch of Black Myth Wukong and Xbox Series X and S and are working with Game Science to bring the game to our platforms. We can't comment on the deals made by our partners with other platform holders. So they basically said, hey, you know, they got an exclusivity deal, right? So yeah, so that is what they're saying. They're basically saying, hey, the Series S is troublesome. Now, this is an optimization issue. The developer has straight up said that they can't get the optimization issue. There is a team at Xbox called the Advanced Technology Group that goes and helps people optimize for this, right? But according to some other sources, some other news sources, Game Science, the people behind Black Myth Wukong, hasn't even asked for help. So, of course, Xbox isn't going to offer the help if you don't ask for it, because that's kind of just weird. Like, hey, we're here to make your game for Xbox. I take that as kind of like, well, you think I can't do it? You know how people are, right? So, a lot of people are blaming the Series S, and they go back to Baldur's Gate. Now, Baldur's Gate did fragment, where it launched on the Xbox Series X complete and the Xbox Series S incomplete. For about a period of 3 months while they got the split screen couch co-op to work. So they made an exception for that, but this one would be basically launch Black Myth for the Series X, but not for the Series S. It's not like partially launch. It's do launch, don't launch. It would 100% fragment the ecosystem. Wow, and the chat is on fire. So let's check in with the chat real quick. Actually, no, I'll read the chat at the end here. Let's go to Terry. Terry, the Series S holding back Black Myth Wukong, according to the developer at Game Science. And a lot of people are saying that, you know what, maybe the Series S should allow this game to launch on the Series X, and the Series S maybe never get Black Myth. And some people are saying like, well, you know what, the Series S is to blame. Too bad you missed out. Other people are starting rumors like, oh, you know what? We'll talk about rumors later. What do you think, Terry, about this whole thing? The developer straight up blamed the Series S.
I mean, I don't like to draw conclusions on things and we don't really know the full story. I mean, there's something behind the scenes that they're not talking about for whatever reason. Maybe they're not allowed to talk about it. Mm-hmm. Also, this isn't a huge studio, so they might not have the manpower to be putting on something like that. They have other things they have to focus on. Mm-hmm. So that's just not a focus for them, and they're just not flat out saying that. Mm-hmm. Or maybe it's just not something within their skill set. Maybe they're focused more on something else, and they don't want to worry about having to try to optimize and bring things down for something else. Maybe that who knows. I don't know what the real reason is. I mean, they could be lying, or they could be telling half truths. We don't know what is really going on. For all we know, they could be having issues. I can't remember what it was, but we talked about that one developer that wanted to put a game on Xbox, and Xbox wasn't communicating with them to get their game there. And
but that was the certification process, not the development.
So I mean, but still, it's still the whole idea that indie devs are struggling to get games on Xbox as a whole, just because Xbox isn't being user friendly in a sense. There's no communication. They don't know where to turn and who to talk to and to get things done. So I mean, maybe that's the real issue. Maybe they just don't know who to talk to, and maybe Xbox isn't helping them. And they don't want to call Xbox out on it like the other dev did. And they're just saying that S is the problem, and who knows? We don't know the story. We just have people making up what they think is going on. And the little bit that the devs have said, which could just be them, gaslighting. They could just be gaslighting because they don't want us to know what's really happening.
They could be. So you're saying they could be just making this up to get us to talk about this and avoid the real issue?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. That could definitely be it. That could definitely be it. Dread, what do you think about this? Black Myth Wukong, Game of the Year contender. The trailers all said coming to Xbox launch, and then suddenly they didn't, and now they're blaming the Series S.
Go back to that first page that you showed.
Was it this one?
No, the one before it. The Weibo.
The Weibo? Okay, this one?
All right.
Yeah.
People fail at reading comprehension. I can't really get it without a few years of optimization experience. It's all in optimization. He didn't say that he couldn't do it because the RAM or the VRAM or anything else that anybody else is going to throw out there that's holding back the Series X. It's not. He just doesn't have the experience. It's just like me editing, right? Learning Premiere Pro. I've worked with Premiere Elements, had to self-teach myself. It's everything self-taught, right? And then shifting over to Premiere Pro was like a whole new experience. It's the same difference. I have to figure out what I'm doing. I understand the basics. And I'm sorry, but if a game can play on PC on, let's say, the 4090, no problem, right? It's not optimized for a 4090. They don't really optimize it because it's just brute force. But at the same time, if a game can be played on a PC that's a potato of a PC, that tells you something. If you can play on a potato and you can play on high end, you can do the same thing here. He just doesn't have the experience to do all this stuff. So that's the issue that's going on. And if they didn't reach out to Xbox, we don't know if tariffs and any of that stuff going on between our governments are having an issue with them working together because of our governmental issues, security concerns. We don't know if any of that has any factors into this. Terry said the same thing. We don't know what's going on in the background. We don't know the exact thing. But I mean, he verbatimly said he doesn't have the experience. That's it. Plain and simple.
And I did touch on that they don't have skills.
Yeah,
I did mention that.
If you let's play devil's advocate here. I know I don't have the experience to get the game on both Xbox consoles, but I'm going to hit up Sony and say, hey, how about a bag and I keep from having it on Xbox for a certain amount of time? How about an extra bag for that? And then go from there. That's what I would do. I wouldn't let them know that Xbox is far behind. I just say, hey, look, this is where we're at.
So you're saying you would take the bag for now?
I would say I would. Well, here's. Would you not take the bag and not let Sony know that you weren't going to be able to make it in time for the Xbox? Would you not ask for extra money, and then that way you can actually have extra money ahead of time, up front, to put into the game for the other console later on? Just because, again, it's not coming out for the other console anyway, so it's not like you're really being devious. You're just being devious with PlayStation. You're just letting them know where you're at with the other part of it. As long as both builds are about the same, you can be like, look, I want the extra bag, and I'll continue playing, building for PlayStation. You know what I mean? Okay. And at that point in time, you're at a fork. Do I build for both, or do I just stop building here and build for PlayStation and get that bag, and then come back and finish off the other side? And here he is saying, he doesn't have the experience to do it, so why not do? Again, devil's advocate. What if he's doing something like that? We don't know.
Right?
There could be, in every little thing, there's a little bit of truth everywhere, and there's a little bit of fiction everywhere. And the rest of it is just totally made up. It's not even like hypothetical fiction. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, devil's advocate here. What if?
So you're thinking that once they found out they couldn't optimize it, they went ahead and took the bag. So there is an exclusivity deal for a little while, but it's still planning on coming once they figure it out.
Right.
Again,
it was just buying them time.
They haven't even asked for help from the Advanced Technology Group.
Right. Because, again,
maybe they don't know it exists because, Xbox Asia is kind of not great.
That too. But at the same time, it allows them to focus on the PlayStation version and the PC version to get it out versus trying, and that other devs have said that too. It takes a lot to focus in on 3 different platforms. And that's why sometimes they come out on 2 platforms and then come back with the 3rd platform or even 4th if they can put it on Nintendo.
Okay.
So, I mean, again, it just depends on what level of quality they want to put into the game. And usually it's graphics, that hold stuff back, but that's usually also what scales. Once you have the box, right? The box is where everything goes, all your coding and everything. Your hardware is your PC side, your CPU. I'm sorry, and that box you're limited, so you have to finagle it, and that's the problem. Is you can only fit so many items in the box. Graphically, you can scale it, but at the CPU side, you can't. It's hard to scale an engine you need these features to make it run. So I'm sorry, we just don't have the room to put oil in the car, in the engine, so we're not going to be able to do that. So now what? You can't run a car without oil,
right?
You know what I mean? That's kind of one of the key things. Is if you don't have enough room for that oil, what are you going to do? And that's what they have to figure out and redo certain things to shrink the engine a little bit for certain things. But again, if you can run it on a potato, what's the difference between the S?
Okay, give me 1 second here. I'm doing this. Hold on.
Should have thought of that while I was talking.
I did. I just didn't type it out. Yeah.
Like I said, this is just coming from interviewing devs. The whole box mechanic.
Okay. Yeah.
My experience is from actually asking people that have done this stuff.
Right. Let's check in with the chat real quick because, man, they've been on fire. As soon as this topic hit, it went way, way off. So let's see. Fastback. No, let's see. In a few years. Doggy Dog says that the developer is full of horse manure. Let's see. Crazy Greek dude says Sony paid for those few years.
I think he meant to use a T95.
Yeah. Sony paid for those few years. Didn't the game originally show up in an Xbox showcase? It did show up in an Xbox showcase, which is why I'm so mad about it that it didn't launch on my favorite platform, because this is going to be one of the games I played this year on my favorite platform.
You can still play it.
Yeah.
But not on your favorite platform.
Yeah. It used to have the Xbox Series XS logo at the bottom of the trailer. Then wasn't it an absent a year later? It was. Doggy Dog says Sony definitely money had it. Absolutely. Let's see. Yep, and I'll go take a look at the minimum PC requirements. We will. El Nini says the issue here is time and money. More optimization means more time for N64 carts instead of PS1 discs. Yeah, absolutely. Resident Evil 2 got compressed into an N64 cart. Yeah. Babu Kumi says their own PC requirements refutes every dang word that comes out of his mouth. We'll take a look at them here in a minute. Doggy Dog says it runs on a dang Steam Deck. That pretty much proves it's BS. Oh, I have to agree with that one. Yeah. Let's see. Then they talk about PC requirements. We'll talk about it here. Babu Kumi says 6 months from now it's going to magically run on the Series S. Mark my words. Yeah, I hope it does. How do we know? How do we know if Sony Pay to keep off Xbox also includes bashing Series S? Because it does sell well. Yeah, absolutely, it does. The Series S does sell well, and also Sony probably sells more because of that Series S. Yeah. Let's see. Happy Cloud Gamer says if the Series S is an issue, just have the option of xCloud. Oh, that's an innovative one. Run it on the Series X, but Series S on xCloud. But I think the correct me if I'm wrong. I think the xCloud servers are Series S's, aren't they?
X.
Are they Series X? Oh, nice.
They're Series X, but again, they're also downsampled.
Yep, I know. No 4K for me. Dan, the man Cunningham says the problem is by the time they get the game onto Xbox, no one will care anymore. Very true. The latest and greatest game is going to come, and they won't even advertise it. I guarantee you, because when Baldur's Gate launched on Xbox, did Baldur's Gate advertise a lot that it came on Xbox? No. We knew because we're insiders, but we're not insiders. We're enthusiasts, hobby enthusiasts, but nobody else knew. Yeah. Shout out to Harry Balzac. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. He says, I don't think Microsoft would ignore Game Science after the Baldur's Gate 3 drama. Game Science is so bad at optimizing for Xbox, Microsoft can't even help them in a timely manner. Damn. Throwing it on Game Science that their optimization is so bad that even Xbox can't help them.
That's what happens when you build a bad engine. Complicated engine.
Yeah, it does happen. I wouldn't believe a third-party dev that is paid by Sony for exclusivity. Oh, there you go. I wouldn't believe him either. All right, let's see. Babu Kumi says, didn't it's like Baldur's Gate 3 devs bash the Series S right up until the release? Maybe. Let's see. Rockstar Randy says, I think Game Science is telling half truth. They were taking too long on the Xbox version. Then Sony paid them to prioritize the PS5 version. Now the Xbox version is way behind. I could agree with that. And that goes to prove what Dreadpool is saying. Mm-hmm. That's very believable, right? And by the way, guys, there's a poll in the chat. Be sure to vote. There is a poll in the chat. Again, just drop the parity clause. All right, Elnin is in favor of dropping the parity clause. Let's see.
Well, can I ask the question though? If we drop the parity clause, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that also affect the future handheld?
It would. It would be like fragmenting the Xbox on PC versus Xbox on console. You know, it's just more fragmentation. It would just keep fragmenting the ecosystem. Which again, this is an Xbox. If this is an Xbox, this is an Xbox. It should be all the games on this Xbox work on that Xbox, right? I think fragmenting the ecosystem goes against what they want. Personally, I'm against fragmenting the ecosystem.
I'm against it too. I mean, if it's a necessity for certain things, I could understand it. But at the same time, I would rather not have it fragmented.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the necessity would be like we talked about at the beginning of the show of Diablo. You know, mm-hmm. Should we even bring it back? Is there interest? Well, this is a new game. There is interest on a new game.
Yep.
Should not
truly was going to play it. I talk about this game all the time, and I'm still talking about it because I haven't played it. Yeah. Sorry, keep going. Sorry. I just had to interject. Right?
No. I'm just saying there's a difference between the bringing back an old game versus a new game. Where should we take priority on not fragmenting? Not fragmenting a new game.
Yeah. I got to agree with that statement more so than anything else. Yeah. Time fragmentation is okay. You know, like I'm fairly sure we're going to get a console port of StarCraft and a Diablo and all that good stuff because it's all first party, right? But I don't think you should give third party the option to fragment because there's no guarantee that they'll ever come back to it. That's all I'm saying. Let's see. Fastback says, some of these third-party devs should learn from Square Enix going only on one platform. Helldivers 2 could have done better by releasing on an Xbox 2. Yeah, absolutely. 2 Tubabu Kumi says they have no problem ignoring the priority clause when the game absolutely demands it. Does it though? I mean, again, if Flight Simulator can work on the Series S, this game can. If Indiana Jones can work on the Series S, this one can.
Right. I mean, there's plenty of examples as to why, if it can, why
those
can't
are
it?
all made within Microsoft, though, so they would have all the people there, close in hand to make sure everything's working with all the stuff they have. This is a third-party indie dev who doesn't have access to everything Microsoft has.
I've also complained that Microsoft
You're doing apples and oranges.
The tools that they have built out there to lead by example.
Yeah, and I think, and that's the good point, is that Microsoft, I think, those are Microsoft examples, Terry. And they run great. But again, I've always said, if first party doesn't do it, why would third party do it, right? So I think it's good that first party is proving that, hey, these games can run. So it's encouraging. I think that's encouraging to third parties, like you can make this happen. Call us. Give me a call. I'll help you. Right? Give me a call. I'll help you. Shout out to 108 Dragons TV. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. Appreciate you. Yeah. Let's see. It's also a poorly optimized game on PS5. Does run great. Does run all that great anywhere, really? Okay, yeah. A lot of people have said that the game doesn't run smoothly anywhere. It is all brute force. It's badly optimized, even on where it did release, including PC, the brute force master. Yeah.
Which that would just further go to what Dread and I both said about how they don't have the skills for optimization. They don't know how to do it.
And the guy even admitted it. He doesn't.
And the guy has admitted he doesn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Jesse James. Thank you so much for being here. You're the real MVP. Says when GTA 6 is running smooth on the Series S, game science is going to look dumb. I don't want to say they're going to look dumb, but they really need to work on their optimization skills. And like I said, that's years of experience. And it may or may not happen this game. Might be the next game. Black Myth Wukong 2. Who knows?
Tu Wong Fu?
Black Myth Wukong 2. Tu Wong Fu. Get out of here.
No, that would be kind of funny, right? Black Myth 2. Mm-hmm. Black Myth Wukong 2 Wong Fu.
Right. And Crazy Greek said, is it on Windows Stores, PC, or only Steam? I want my achievements. It's not on the Xbox ecosystem. You will not get your achievements, buddy. So that's my point with it. And shout out to Ice Queen Gaming. Thank you so much for being here. You're the real MVP. She says Microsoft needs to send some people over to Game Science and sort this out. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
They can't just walk in the door and be like, hey, we're here to help.
Game Science has to, but they could be reaching out like, hey.
They could be reaching out. Do you need some help? We can kind of walk you through some of this stuff.
Absolutely. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just trying to get through the chat because you guys are on fire. You guys are all over the place. Sorry. Let's see. Hire someone who can optimize. Yeah, absolutely. You can hire someone specific. Let's take a look at another point. Everybody's talking that it runs good on PC. Why can't it run on the Series S? So let's take a look. Now this is from a website called Can You Run It? I like using this one because it actually tests a lot of these things. So this one actually puts out what is successful testing, right? So, and you can click on your PC to see if you can run it. All right, now, the minimum requirement is an NVIDIA GTX 1060 or AMD RX 580, 8 gigabytes. So 6 gigabyte card and an 8 gigabyte card. For a smoother experience, it's recommended to use an RTX 2060 or AMD Radeon 5700 XT. So the minimum requirement is 60 gigabytes of system RAM with either 6 or 8 gigabytes of video RAM. So that is a total of what are we looking at? 22 to 24 gigabytes.
Let's just say minimum of 24.
24 gigabytes of RAM. Now, I know a lot of people are going to point out that, the Series S has a 10 gigabytes. Devs only have access to 8, and that is shared RAM. In other words, that RAM is shared across both system and video RAM. So please don't assume that because, it runs on a 6 gigabyte card it should be able to run. No, that is a dedicated video RAM only card. The system still has 16 gigabytes, right? Now, I don't think these PC requirements are very high. I mean, a 1060, a 6 gigabyte 1060 is an older card, right? But if you don't know how to use shared RAM, it's a challenge. APU, and remember that the consoles are built using APUs. Instead of CPUs and GPUs, they're built using a shared chip called an APU. I'm not a huge tech guy, guys. I just know that they're not the same and they don't work the same. Okay? So comparing the minimum requirement on PC and saying, oh, it should be able to run on the Series S. Do I think it should run, that this game can run on the Series S? Absolutely. I do think it can run. But don't think that it's that easy to take this dedicated CPU and dedicated GPU RAM and put it all into an APU shared system RAM. It's not the same. It's not that easy, right? That's all I'm saying. Terry, what do you think? I know you're not a tech lady either, but what do you think?
Again, I don't think this is an argument for the techie side, because I don't think that's the issue.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, everything you can have it all out in paper showing about how it should work. It doesn't mean it will work if they don't know how to do it.
Yeah. And DE right here, this is exactly the issue. They got to cut it down from 8 gigabytes from over 22 gigabytes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they gotta do it. And he did some quick math. He said 40%. Yeah, they gotta chop that RAM requirement down by 40%.
That's
40%.
That's a pretty big undertaking. That's a big undertaking, and especially if you don't know what you're doing, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, it takes time. It takes effort, right? And yeah, I do think that Xbox can help them out. But if Xbox looked at their code and they're like, "Holy crap, we can't help you right now," maybe that's what happened. So yeah, that's my personal take, right?
You're also talking about the minimum requirement to run, right? Let's say because I clicked on the right hand side, it's popping up with a HP $1,300 laptop versus how much is right there?
Oh, click here to see recommended computer.
Yeah.
Let me click on it. Proceed. Oh my gosh, it's got so many things. My blocker is saying don't click on it.
Anyway,
yeah,
it pops up with HP and it's a $1,300 laptop.
Yeah, so $1,300 versus a $300 piece of hardware. Yeah, freaking Jesse James. I'm not going to put that up, but that's funny. Yeah, what are the terabytes on an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1060? It's like not even a terabyte, right? The Series S is a 4 terabyte machine, yeah, but again, it requires a lot of work to get it going because APUs are very different from CPUs and GPUs. Yeah. So, Black Myth Wukong may never see the light of day on Xbox for a few years. Maybe they'll launch Black Myth Wukong 2 and Black Myth Wukong 1 together in a few years once they figure out some optimization tricks. But with every winding day, I lose my faith that I'm ever going to get to play this game on my Xbox. So I'm ready to break down and buy this game on Steam. But I have to click on the little "Can my PC run it?" to find out if it's even worth it. And I really like this website as well because it has a little link to test your PC for a certain game, and it runs. Yeah, here we go. Can you run it? Right here. Can you run it? You click on it. It downloads a client, and it runs the PC with everything you have loaded in the background to see if you can run it, even with your setup. Because as you know, PC, even though it has minimum requirements, you could meet the minimum requirements, and your PC could still not run it because you have so many programs in the background or some so many things going on. So again, the brute force has to brute force. You know what I mean, Dread?
Yes, I know what brute force is.
Yes. Dread almost got brute forced after the show on Friday. That was so funny, Dread. I can't believe you did that. To this day, I'm laughing about it, man. I can't. You could have died in front of my eyes right there.
Yeah, I almost did.
I could have been a witness to a murder with what you did.
Oh man, I really wished you were able to do the same thing. I wanted to see that. You haven't tried, have you?
No.
All right,
I don't want to die.
Not yet. We got to do that on camera.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe not live,
I don't
but
know if
on
she's gonna
camera
approve of
somewhere. You owe me for that.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I know you guys don't know what we're talking. I'm not going to say it because I think it's disrespectful. So yeah. Shout out to Glitzer. Thank you so much for being here. You are the real MVP. He says if Xbox was dominating sales, the problems for development for Series S would likely vanish. I absolutely agree with you. Hence why console sales are still important. But yeah, I absolutely agree with you. Yeah. Yeah, and Doggy Dog also says, hello, that was funny Friday. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Any closing thoughts on Black Myth Wukong? On what the developer said. He's literally said, it seems a little more undesirable, but that 10 gigabyte shared memory, I can't really get it without a few years of optimization experience. Right? He's not talking about that it's going to take a few years. He's talking about experience. And this is what he's talking about. This is what he's replying to, right? In the 2024 Steam Awards, which now total more than 40 million players, Black Myth Wukong finally won 3 awards, including Gamer of the Year. So, outstanding story game. Thank you, everyone who voted for us. Your choice has made 2025 even more heartwarming at the beginning. Congratulations to all the other nominated winning games. Altogether, we've had the privilege of bringing many immersive moments and unforgettable memories to our Steam users. A good rest in the new year. So, there you go. And he's saying the only thing that's missing is the Xbox robe. Like, he wants that Xbox, right? That's I clicked on something. Sorry.
This is from the game itself requirements. It's not can you run it going through on what the minimum that they've been able to run with.
It's an old website, obviously, but they prioritize results over anything else, over flashiness. All right. With that being said, anybody got anything else about Black Myth Wukong? Terry? Dread?
No, just wait for it to come out. If you really want it, just keep talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Just be respectful, and just remember, it's not really a bad thing, but it just sucks when people are very lacking experience. At least they're admitting to it.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't listen to Twitterverse.
Yeah.
A lot of them are just talking just to talk and hear themselves be proud. I am so great at saving you.
Yeah. Now, again, I'm not in favor of fragmenting. A lot of people have suggested that Xbox drop the parity clause. I'm not in favor of that personally. As you know, this is an Xbox. Needs to be an Xbox, the same Xbox. That's what I think. But that's how I feel. Terry, how does the chat feel?
Should Xbox allow Black Myth Wukong to skip the Series S? 57% no, keep everything the same. 35% are just not interested in the game at all. And 7% yes, fragment the ecosystem.
All right, look at it this way. What happens next gen?
Mm-hmm.
Do you still want that fragmentation next gen, or do you want to be able to play even though you're not on next gen just yet?
Yeah, that whole this is an Xbox, I think, is gonna they're trying to go beyond generations, which is great. I think
they're just trying to do like PC. You can upgrade this thing, you upgrade that thing, and it doesn't matter if you don't upgrade anything. You're still able to play.
Mm-hmm. As long as you have the minimum console.
Yeah.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe next gen the Series S won't be the minimum console anymore. So we don't know those plans, but we'll see.
That would be an interesting idea if the next generation of Xbox is like a PC to the point to where instead of buying another console after that, that's the last one, you just upgrade it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Phil Spencer even talked about he wanted to do where he wants the Xbox to be like a PC, where if you want to upgrade the graphics card, you can upgrade
Yeah.
the graphics card. So you could actually pull out the slot, put the next slot in.
That could be the route they're going to for the next one. Is that will be the last because you just upgrade it. You know.
So again, it's just trying to figure out where you're going. I mean, my Xbox One X is still playing games that are Series X games, right?
Yeah.
I'm playing via the cloud. So again, I've got a friend that's on the 1S, and he still plays. So yet again, it's you're not losing what you're getting, but at the same time, you want to make sure if you buy a console, you have access to those games not via the cloud, but via the natively.
Yeah, if I buy the current generation of console, I want to play all the current gen games, regardless of how beefy or not beefy that console is.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I think that's going to do it for today, guys. Yeah, I think that's going to do it for all the news we have for you today, guys. But of course, we wouldn't be able to do this show without you guys, the chat, and that's why you guys, the chat, will always be the MVP to any of the shows here on the Iconic Video Games channel. With that being said, we are going to go ahead and get out of here. I'm Axel1324.
I'm Cool Cat Terry.
And
I'm the next president, as per the Gina Dreadpool.
That's right. Sorry about that. I don't know why. I saw my mind skipped. I didn't mean to skip you, Dread.
That's okay.
And with that being said, we are going to go ahead and get out of here. Bye, everybody.
Bye.